Thought that he was putting the expedition potential to return here at risk. The most important thing for me was that that Luis wasn't going to get into any trouble, that our clients were going to be fine, and we were going to be able to cross the border safely.
Concerned, Paul sought advice from the senior expedition leaders, including Russell Bryce. Russell Bryce confronted Luis.
He said, "Are you crazy? Do you realize what you done? Are you crazy?" And I didn't know what to say. I was floored. Did I just make a mistake? Did I just tell the world that a government did something that they didn't actually do? My God, did I really just do that? And I just remember quietly asking Russell, "Well, still, Russell, do you think it's right? Do you think it's right to..." I just remember clearly asking him that over and over and over again, and he just walked out of camp.
Some months later, Russell Bryce lodged a complaint about the shooting with the Chinese Mountaineering Association. No evidence had been found that anyone had died apart from Kelsang Nuntso.
From Tibetans I know here in camp, apparently 7 people, were shot and then shoved into a crevasse. People are dying attempting to reach for a better life.
The others who were seen falling all survived. 30 kilometers away from base camp, in a Chinese jail, the police demanded that JAMYANG identify Kelsang Nuntso's body.
The Chinese asked, who was a dead nun? They did warn me the body stank. She was naked and covered with canvas. The interrogating officer pointed to the body and demanded to know, what is her name? Where is she from? How old is she? Tell us the names of all her friends. I just said, I don't know anything.
Sergiu Matai knew the video footage he had secretly filmed was vital evidence. If he could smuggle the tapes safely out of Tibet, he would reveal the first recorded shooting of Tibetan refugees trying to cross the border.
This is the original bag that I hold the tapes in. And I had a pouch on my hip right here, all the bloody time. So this is the bag that tricked the Chinese border patrol guys, actually. And I crossed right under their nose.
Of the refugees who set out, about 30 were taken prisoner and 41 escaped across the border to Nepal. No one was reported missing. When Dolma arrived at the Kathmandu Refugee Reception Center, she still didn't know her best friend was dead.
The reception center staff asked me, what was the name of the dead nun? I was very shocked and I replied, what dead nun are you talking about? But deep down I knew the only one nun was left behind, so it must be her. For 5 days I hadn't known Kelsang was dead. I patted Kelsang on the back and said, please go faster, we're in big trouble. The Chinese are chasing after us. I just cried and cried.
The Chinese embassy in Kathmandu launched into damage control and tried to contact some of the climbers to find out what they knew about the shooting.
Some members were getting harassed phone calls every day. And I can distinctly recall Steve thinking that we were being followed, and we'd heard a rumour that the Chinese embassy were looking for us. I got to a...
The director of the center comes down to greets me and says, come into my office, I want you to meet the people that you saw on the Ningpala. I want you to meet the people you saw in the past. And they're shell-shocked. It's these group of kids that are sitting in a corner clinging to each other. and he points to Dolma. He says, "This is the best friend of the 17-year-old nun that was murdered." I thought that it was a girl. I had no idea it was a nun. I didn't know she was 17, and Dolma couldn't even look at me. And I remember...
They're shooting them like dogs. Yeah.